Hey guys, it's Kaz here, and today I'm doing my year in thirds part 2. So this is a video where I go through my goals, my things, my stuff. It's the second third of the year. August has just finished, and yeah, I can see where I'm at, see where I need to improve, see if I need to add anything. And it's just nice to be able to see what you've achieved reading wise. Not that you have to achieve anything reading is an achievement in itself. But yeah, I have some stats because I like stats and it's fun, so that's what this video is about. I'm not going to be adding anything here because I can't be asked to make any graphics, and also that would make the end of the year graphics less special, so you know, we'll leave it for there. But let's just hop in. So first of all, I have read 82 books, which is pretty decent. Not gonna lie, I did do a really, I read loads of books in August. You'll see that video before this, after this, sometime around this anyway. But yeah, August, I had no TBR, I just read whatever I wanted to, and I ended up reading bloody loads. So that definitely bulked up this number. So within that, I've broken it down a little bit as well. So I've read 63 physical and 19 ebooks. The ebook section, I got 3 months free Kindle Unlimited, so I figure I'll try and use it as much as possible. Get the free money's worth. It wasn't money, it was free. Get the free's worth. This next month coming up, I've still got a month left on it, so I'm definitely gonna read some stuff just because why not? It's free. Use it. And then also breaking down that 82 books in a different way. 52 of them were traditionally published and 30 were indie, which is pretty decent. Obviously within that indie category there are self-published books and books that were published on independent publishers. If it's one that I've not heard of, I just Google it, and if it says, oh yeah, this is part owned by Hatchet, then obviously it's not indie. But if it is indie, then it counts as indie. Moving on. So page count wise, I've read 22,098 pages so far. Technically I've read a bit more because I did start a book in August that I haven't finished, but I've not added it to my spreadsheet, so it can be added to the last third, it's fine. But yeah, I don't know where other people are at with their page counts, but it's not really something I specifically aim towards. But you know, 22,000, yeah, that's good, probably, cool, fun. Yeah, it's a thing. Next up, Buzzwordathon. I've been taking part in the Buzzwordathon, Readathon. Each month there is a different prompt for it. Sometimes it's a specific word, sometimes it's a theme. Like for example, maybe next month or the month after, the theme is animals. So it's going to be like an animal in the title. But then other times, one of them was specifically the word all in the title. So some of them are specific, some of them are a little bit more movable. But so far, I've managed to read a book every month that has the Buzzwordathon theme attached to it. So yes, I am winning on that one. Hauling books. So I've not got the amount of books I've hauled because that's not a thing that I care about. But one of my goals was to read at least 50% of the books that I haul in the year. Just then, you're not just buying the books and they're sitting there on the shelf, you're buying the books and you're actually reading them. So far, I've read 58% of the books I've hauled, so I'm definitely achieving that goal. And several of them are on my TBR for September, so I'm going to be getting some more read as well. Definitely a good idea to get some more read now, because then October comes around and generally I get books for my birthday, so it's going to skew it a little bit. So let's get that percent up now. Yes. Next up, my 2022 TBR. So I have 22 books on that TBR. It makes sense, 2022. It's just going to get bigger every year. And so far I've read 13 of the 22, which is a little bit under where I should be. So I did the maths, I didn't do the maths, Google did the maths, Google Calculator did the maths. But at this point of the year I should have read 14 and a half books. But in August I read loads of stuff, but none of them were books off my 2022 TBR, so that's why I'm a little bit behind. But again, I have a few of those books on my TBR for September. Get some more of them read, especially because they're mostly the bigger books left, so I did a video about that. But 13 out of 22, I think is pretty decent. We're at a decent point with that. So before I get into the other stats, there's only a few more, but let's just head on over to a message from one of the spons, and then I shall be back with the rest of the stats. So next up I have series finished / carried on. So something, I want to read the series I've started, I want to finish them, I want to carry them on, I want to get stuff read instead of just starting more series. So far this year I have finished 6 series and I've carried on another 5. Technically one of the series I finished I also started in this year, but it still counts because I make the rules. So I may have started it this year, but I also finished it this year. And that was King of Scars duology, so it counts. So yeah, I feel like I'm doing pretty decent with that one, finishing 6 series. One of them I'll talk about in my wrap up. I don't know if it's out yet or not, but I finally finished the Saga of Darenshan manga, which I started ages ago and then just stopped. There's a reason for it, but I'll talk to you about it in that video. But I finished that and some other bits and pieces, and yes, so I feel like that's pretty decent. Another goal of mine is to review all the books that I've read. I'm a little bit behind, but not too much. So I've read 82 books and there are still 4 that I haven't reviewed, which is not too bad. But also, not gonna lie, there were 9 and then I just quickly reviewed some before I started doing this video, so it wasn't so bad. Here's a fun one for you, for people that have been on my channel. I never reviewed the Scott and Amundsen book. You know that one that I've like spent many minutes talking about? I spewed a whole essay in my wrap up, but then I never physically wrote a review for it. How? I always side-eye Captain Scott, even in videos that I'm not talking about him, he comes up. But yeah, that was a weird one. I pretty much just linked my review, my video to that one because I couldn't be asked to write it all out because there's a lot of thoughts and feelings. I talked about that book for a lot of times, but that's one of the ones that I finally just did now. I did a few more. I have 4 more to do, but this video is a kick up the arse because I wrote 5 because I had 9, so it obviously works. And then last but not least, my owned TBR. So this is something that I don't have a specific goal for. I don't have a number that I want to reach or hit or whatever. It's just something that I'm passively looking at. Like each month I write down how many books I started on my TBR, how much I have now, just to see how many books I'm reading and getting it down and stuff. So at the start of the year I had 215 books on my TBR and now I have 165, which is pretty decent. 50 books off my TBR, bearing in mind I've read 63 physical, I've also hauled a bunch of books, so I think 50 off my TBR is good. I have unhauled a few of those books, not many of them though, so that means that I'm actually reading my books, which is good. That's what we're here for. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I don't really have anything that I want to add. I just want to do my goals. I need to get those 4 books reviewed because there's no reason not to. It's 4 books, just do it. And I just want to mostly prioritise those 2022 TBR books just because, like I said, they are some of the bigger ones. Some of the ones that are going to take a little bit longer. So even though I'm doing like crazy TBRs, like this month I'm doing 2 month-long TBRs and I can't fit all of my 2022 TBR into that TBR, but I have got a few, so I'm doing it. But I feel like that's pretty much my goal. I don't need to add anything, I don't need to change anything. We're good. We're at a good point in the reading year. So yeah, let me know down below any of your thoughts, feelings, stats, how many books have you read? Just say anything down there innit and we'll talk. You can tell I'm wiggling about now because I do actually need a wee. So if this is your first video by me and you enjoy it, then please check out some of my others. And if you continue to enjoy, please subscribe, that'd be awesome. Anyway guys, I'll see you in a few days with another video. Bye.